Welcome to this edition of Get to Know Your Wayne State Football Program, the Special Teams edition with Special Teams Coordinator Antwon Robinson. Thanks for joining us. The guys in the kicking room, little different breed, and you've got three guys that have been veterans in the Wayne State program: Griffin Milovansky, Jeremy Terrace, Max 2X Fisher, and then you've got Griffin Nowak coming in. Give us a little bit of background. I know Griffin was an all-conference kicker last year, and what do you expect from those guys this season?
So with our offense, I expect Griffin to kick a lot of extra points this year. Max to kick a lot of kickoffs, and Jeremy to be the punter. So kind of space it out to where those guys all go into camp with kind of a assigned role, but they're going to all compete. I'm expecting for Griffin to, I know he's his seventh in school history.
It's scoring, yeah.
So I expect for him to be able to move up the ranks.
Sounds great. You talked about punting. I know Griffin has done it in the past. Jeremy has done it, and you said Max had a pretty good spring with punting. So a lot of competition for, I guess, a travel spot.
Oh, yeah. So with the punters, it's going to be open. It's going to be open competition. The biggest thing is making sure that we keep somebody in there that's fresh, whose leg is fresh. So with Griffin, Jeremy, Max, also there's another Griffin. So
Griffin squared or something like
yeah,
that.
there's another Griffin in there. They all bring a different element. Some can rugby. The incoming Griffin, he's a lefty, so everybody has something different that they can add. The biggest thing is finding the right person that's going to do it.
Speaking of incoming, you have Nico Davis, a long snapper, coming in. What can you tell us about Nico?
Everybody loves Nico. Everybody loves Nico. To get a long snapper who just focuses on long snapping, that's big for us for the operation time, because he'll be the long snapper and the short snapper.
Okay.
So we're going to clean up our op time.
Sounds great. Return game, obviously, hopefully doing a lot of punt returns and not many kickoff returns. But punt returns, you've got guys coming back like Manny Harris, Chavez Hawkins has been around, and then you've got some younger guys, Chuck Worsham, that you might put in that role. What do you see from the punt return crew?
So we'll have a variety of what we want to do with punt return. The biggest thing is when people do kick us the ball, we want to be a weapon back there. Right, Manny was our punt returner last year until he got hurt. Chavez was in the running, but then he got hurt. But the biggest thing is once that ball goes up and they catch it, we'll have the blocks for them. I think those guys can spring to something big.
Sounds like going back to when we had Darius Roberson a few years ago.
Yes.
You always wanted to hold your breath when Darius was getting the ball. Kickoff return. A wealth of guys returning that have had experience there. Tavion Warren, Kendall Williams, Manny Harris. I know you've talked about Deion Brown as well. That sounds like four pretty good weapons back there.
Well, one of the biggest things is people don't know is, like, outside of being the running back, Kendall is the kick returner. Kendall's the kick returner, and his counterpart, so the off returner, is Tavion Warren. So basically it's pick your poison. With those two guys, Deion Brown can also do it, and then Manny, who arguably one of our fastest guys, is back there as well. So.
Sounds great. Holding, I know last year you had Josh Kalka and some of the other quarterbacks doing. You also mentioned maybe Max holding as well, so different element.
Yep, so that's the biggest thing is making sure that we got the right holder so that they can practice. It's all about the operation. Last year it was Josh. Right now Josh is the holder. Max can also do it as well. Well, even watching the spring game, Deion Brown can do it. So. But, it's about making sure that the kickers have somebody that they're comfortable with. And then if something happens to anybody, making sure that we have a replacement for them as well.
Sounds great. Well, thanks again for watching this edition of Get to Know Your Wayne State Football Team.